Now this next part you're going to have to see to believe. I took some photographs of some things I wanted to use as textures. And here is one of them. So once again, this is the NEF version, so this is the raw version of the file. Same camera as my f-stop, shutter speed, ISO, so on and so forth. But basically what you're looking at is a paper towel laying underneath a roughly 8 by 10 piece of glass onto which was, aside from the fact that it's filthy and dirty, I ran some ink across the outside edges of it. And in fact, if you want to see what the original looks like, here, let me just reset it back. Here's the original picture right off the camera. So you can see I've cropped it out. I cropped it. Here's the leg of the tripod. I did some cropping and some color changes. And anyway, I ended up with this file, which is going to ultimately be my texture file. I actually have the texture file here. Here's my Photoshop version of it. It's basically the image that's been modified, and I have put it into its own layer, which I'm going to simply drop right here, all right, like so. We'll go ahead and do some transforming of this because clearly I need it to extend across the whole image. Anyway, so I'll just work it up there. And then the key here is I'm going to now change my blending mode, right, to something like an overlay. And I can just cycle through these. You can see immediately the kind of look I'm getting, but I'll just go with probably an overlay right now. And I have it at full opacity. But you can see immediately that it's added in, here I'll zoom in, it's added in this nice noise, organic noise, right? And I've got my nice black border going around, including, the spots of imperfection, right? So now I've got this, you can definitely see it down through there. And so I've now organically added noise from this texture file. I really wanted to show you the fun I was having with my various texture files. So you can see here I took a series of photographs, 13 photographs in all, and I actually have this sort of Photoshop template where I've got all of my different texture files available to me, and I can really just cycle through them and see how each of my texture files changes my image and find the one that I think works best for me. This is an example of one that I used. Please note that I also masked it right in here so that I didn't get noise on that focal area of focal interest. And then here's another one of them, right? And these are all just different textures that I captured. And now I have this, I can just click through them and I can do combinations. So here's that familiar one with the border around it. And I did the same thing there, that I put the border on but also masked out the center. But I got a lot of choices.